Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this. So
I like this take charge attitude. Not even a good morning or anything. Fuck.
Yeah, this is how we're doing it. Fuck
Jesus.
good mornings. Who needs that?
He didn't even buy me dinner first. You're
I've
just
been
like,
up since like 4:30, and I've got more caffeine coursing through my veins than a bull has semen. All right, so
all right. I'm just gonna say good morning. How have you been? No, let's make breakfast.
Oh God. So this is the part of the intro where the Distracto theme starts playing underneath this bullshit banter we have here before we've introduced the episode. And so right about here is where the music is winding up, and I go, "Hey Brian, how are you?"
This is my favorite kind of editing notes, by the way. This audio editing, like this stage directions that he's giving me. It's very helpful.
Right? Hey, see, this is how it goes. I'm like, I'm the Christopher Nolan of podcast notes, Distracto.
Good morning, Caleb. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, man?
If I sound a little weird, it's because I am not in my normal recording area. I am on vacation, so I am using someone else's space.
You're in a prison cell.
I'm in a prison cell. Yeah, I'm in Sing Sing for some minor traffic deliberation that I was involved in.
Wow, that's quite far from Atlanta.
Yeah, I got a parking ticket, and I may have called that cop a dum-dum head, and they're like, "We don't take kindly to that here in New York City." So they put me in a maximum security prison.
That sounds about right.
Have we even done our intro yet? Have we done our welcome to Distracto yet? Because it's like 100.
You know what? Let's get that out of the way. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Distracto. I am Caleb.
I am Brian.
And we are here to help ease the burden of the dumpster fire that is the world around us. I feel like things are, as things are getting slightly worse out there, they're also slightly getting better. So I think we might start to be, heading towards some kind of an equalization out here. Don't quote me on that, but hope springs eternal. So
I like that. I like to look on the bright side of things. I mean, I'm a huge believer in that one can only control things that they have direct effect over. So if that makes sense, like you carry yourself into the world how you want to see the world, you can't control what other people do. So I think if you're one of the forward-thinking, awesome people in the world, and there's a lot of good people out there, keep spreading love and being awesome and treating people with kindness, and I think we're going to be okay.
And don't be afraid to slap a bitch.
Yes, please, but with consent,
or not, because sometimes they're not going to give you consent. So Brian and I might see the world differently.
Bitch is a universal term. We do not put a gender on it. Anyone can be a bitch.
That's absolutely true. Well, Brian, today I thought, let me clear my throat here. I've been enjoying an iced black and white mocha this morning. So I
thought you were going to say a black and mild.
I was outside smoking before this. You know what? You can't help but like the things you like,
Mm-hmm. And I respect that.
Yeah. So today I thought we would go down. I'm a horror fan. I love scary things, and I can sleep like an absolute baby after watching them. They do not affect me at all. And I think primarily that's because my outlook on life is that I don't believe in paranormal things. And I've said this before, but when I say I don't believe in it, it's like I can see and read accounts of people having these encounters with things that they can't explain, right? And I always described it to myself as, you guys don't actually have evidence. You have anecdotes, you have context, but we're still not seeing the bigger picture. We can't explain it. And so our brains come up with these rationales to kind of explain the things that we don't understand. And it's largely based on the things that we believe or want to believe about the unseen world or things that are, slightly outside of our realm of experience, right?
Your brain
And
fills in the gaps of the unexplained. So it's like, I
right,
need to
and
make sense of this, and I gotta. This is my, yeah, I get it.
yeah, and I think I learned this term from Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he calls it the God of the gaps. And when people say things like, well, I believe God did this because science has yet to go there, right? We have yet to find a reason through science for this thing. And so we throw that ball in God's court. And what Neil deGrasse Tyson says, he goes, yeah, that's the God of the gaps, where science has yet to tread and yet to explore or yet to determine an answer for. We attribute that to God. And he goes, but if we look at it that way, then what God truly is an ever receding pocket of scientific information. Because as science continues to explore and find the reasons that things have been traditionally attributed to God, then God gets smaller and smaller as science gets bigger, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I'm not advocating here for lack of religion or lack of any of that stuff. I don't have any animosity towards religion until it starts to, like, tell other people who don't believe those religions how to be and who they should be and all of that kind of stuff. Like, your religion is for you. You keep that to yourself. And if it prohibits something, it prohibits you. It doesn't prohibit everyone else. So that's it. That's my sorry, sir, religious rant. But I say all of that because it needs some context.
As religious rants go, it was pretty good. I don't think it was offensive at all. It's fine.
The Pope? No, never mind. So
don't get me started on the Pope. Holy shit, that guy.
He's a
White Sox fan,
Chicago guy. So he gets major points for me.
Yeah, I think the new Pope is pretty cool, man. I like the last Pope
absolutely.
too. As a recovering Catholic myself, I have seen the flaws inherent in the system, and I have rejected 90% of it.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah,
no one can blame you.
Mm-hmm.
So I say all that to say that today's topic deals with a lot of unexplained phenomena, things that I am absolutely fascinated with as far as lore and as far as like stories go, because I am just enamored with stories. Like, I could listen to a good story from a good storyteller, talk about literally anything. It's the way that these things kind of sit in my head. And they just fascinate me and always have. I've never taken a writing course other than what was mandated in college that was for general stuff. But I love writing my own stories. I love creating stories. I feel really deeply connected to that. So I think that's why these particular things that we're going to talk about today are so fascinating to me. But even when I was like researching them and pulling up the info to talk about today, it's like, wow, that's creepy. Anyways, and I could be sitting in a dark room, with a scary movie on in the background, researching this stuff, and I'd, be just fine, sleep like a baby.
So no
me.
movie gives you a little bit of a like, I should probably lock all the doors before going to bed.
No, that's not true. The ones that do have absolutely nothing to do with supernatural phenomenon, but are plausible.
They're the Hallmark Christmas movies, which are terrifying inherently.
Those are fucking terrifying. And I saw them all on a cruise.
Yep. Caleb and I will be at the Hallmark Christmas Cruise 2027 in full costume, everyone. So be sure to come on out and support Distracto and meet us, and we'll give you some stickers.
I'm going to be dressing as my favorite of the Hallmark movies, which was When Christmas Needed a Miracle, he painted one, the Thomas Kincaid story. I'll be dressing as Jared Padalecki's, version of him.
I will be dressed as Tom Hanks's Uncanny Valley character from the Polar Express, and in all of its horrifying splendor.
Tickets, please.
Tickets. If there's a bell, it's something to do with the plot of this movie that I've never seen.
And then there's going to be some weird ass chefs dancing around with scalding hot cocoa, doing backflips and shit, handing kids hot cups of coffee or cocoa.
No, young man, this train doesn't go to Hogwarts, but it does go to hell.
But it does go to your ass.
That's a different.
That's not the.
That's the inevitable porn version of the Polar Express.
The Polar Express.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one. Yeah.
All right. I'm sure we could have a whole episode on just
TM
porn
trademark the
versions
poll
of
or express. Distracto podcasts.
the
All rights
poll,
reserved.
comma express.
Mind you, we will probably never make this movie, but we want to get credit if it does get made.
Yeah, if it does, copyright 2026. So we're going to talk about cursed or haunted objects today. I thought that would be a fun little rabbit hole to fall down.
So are we talking like Annabelle kind of stuff, like crazy?
Yeah, Annabelle's
dolls and
probably one of the most recognizable versions of that. She's definitely on this list. We'll talk about her probably soon here. But I actually was, like, can you think of any movies or any books or TV shows, any kind of like pop culture thing that have dealt with, like, just off the top of your head? I'm just kind of testing the waters here for you. Like anything from one of those genres or pop culture things that featured some kind of a haunted object, a haunted place, a haunted anything, or cursed or whatever.
Well, my mind immediately goes to the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. It's not
Absolutely
haunted necessarily, but it is a cursed object. There is some kind of a aura around it that causes all kinds of trouble for Frodo Baggins and his friends.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that that befalls the bearer or wearer or viewer or person who inhabits, like the Overlook Hotel from The Shining. That place is evil, and anyone
or like
in
a monkey's paw type thing where you make a wish on it, but it also like I don't know. It's like that's more of the wishing in general. It takes it very literally, so inevitably you'll wish for something, but then like all this cascade effect of badness happens because of the thing you wish for.
In a very new context, in Obsession, the movie Obsession, there's the One Wish Willow, the little, item they wish and they snap it and their wish comes true kind of thing, but it's never as good as you want it to be.
Didn't they have that kind of thing in the movie Weapons where the lady, the witch or the auntie like snaps something to make like grab some hair and wraps it around a twig of something like that? Yeah. Okay.
And there's blood involved. Yeah. So that's more of like a spell. I wouldn't call that a cursed object. Yeah. Because each time that has to be created again. So it's not like one that gets passed on like a in the movie Talk to Me. Did you see that one?
I didn't.
Horror movie.
What about the VHS tape from The Ring? Is that a cursed object when you watch it?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, because then it's like
Sorry,
like
I didn't mean to do the talk to. I didn't mean to skate over.
No,
talk
that's
to me.
fine.
There's a lot of horror movies that I have not watched. So
no, but that is exactly it. Like the VHS tape, it's you watch it and then you have so many days to pass it on, or you die. So there's this curse. There's this
it's
evil
already a chain
thing
letter,
that
which
befalls
is the
you.
worst ever.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. Now go do work. Fuck you, chain letter.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like the medium's hand in Talk to Me was something that had kind of been floating around from place to place. And nobody, there's a legend that attaches itself to it that people spread. And then there's the actually what happens when you use it the way that they say, Bloody Mary, the mirror that you sit in front of and you go, just go to your bathroom and say Bloody Mary X number of times in the dark.
But that's more of an incantation that could work with any mirror, I think, right? That's kind of like a Candyman situation.
Right. But I'm just saying there's something bad that happens when you interact with it in the way that you're supposed to. But like, in Hellraiser, you have the lament configuration, that cube, the little puzzle box, right? That summons bad things.
Would the little ball in Phantasm be one? I don't know. The Phantasm ball is more like
I don't know, that's more of like a weapon or like a, something like that. But, like Pet Cemetery, you have there's the area that the ground has been soured somehow. Like it was, the Native Americans who owned that land when it was being taken from them, they cursed it. And whatever's put there is returned to you. But it's not the same.
Ooh.
They are
What about in Constantine,
bad version?
The spear that pierced the side of Christ? Was it the spear of Aquinas when they're holding that in the movie? If anyone remembers the Keanu Reeves movie Constantine, which is actually a very good movie, I very much enjoyed it.
It's badass.
They had this spear. It's
one of the best
depictions
spear
of Destiny.
the devil.
Sorry, not the spear of Aquinas. I was wrong. But yeah, anyone who's holding this spear is like there's like some kind of power that emanates from it that it makes people kind of go crazy.
Mm-hmm. So those kinds of things, are interesting things to talk about. One of my favorites, and it's because I love writer and director Mike Flanagan's work. I like him a lot. He's responsible for several movies. He did the Stephen King sequel for The Shining, Dr. Sleep. He did the movie Oculus, which is one of my favorite horror movies.
It's about the VR headset. Very good.
It's definitely a takedown of the Meta VR headset. That's it. Only through from filmmaker and creative director
It's the documentary on how the Oculus came to be, and it's not scary at all. It's just 4.5 hours of people sitting around a boardroom table.
Oh God, that would be awful to have to sit through and watch. Well, in the movie Oculus, which is about a family that obtains this mirror, and it slowly destroys the family that is attached to it. There's something evil about this mirror, and just being in its vicinity is enough to cause its influence to corrupt you. And it's a fascinating movie. If you've liked any of Mike Flanagan's work and you haven't seen it, highly recommend it.
What else has he done? I'm not familiar with the director.
He did The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
He did the what was the most recent one he just did? He did Haunting of Blythe Manor, which was like a sequel to that. He did the Black Mass show. He's done so
did
many.
He do
different
House
things.
he did the Poe thing. Was that
Fall of the House of Usher?
Yes, I love that. That was great. And also Black Mass, I liked a lot too. That was really good.
Black Mass was one of my favorites because coming from a religious background myself, I really identified a lot with Hamish Linklater's character of trying to actually represent religion and faith as something that was a force for good, not in a stupid, generic way like most faith is covered, but in a way that really felt genuine and that this could work as he's talking about it if people would actually use it and practice it in this manner. And then, of course, shit goes sideways.
Then you're gonna get shit going sideways. But it was good. I really enjoyed it.
But anyways, back to Oculus. This mirror is called the Lasser glass, and it is a historic. This is completely fictional, but in the movie, it's this large, like antique mirror that has a very elegant frame, but is otherwise like unremarkable looking. It's not anything that you would look at and go, wow, this, other than it's got a unique look to it.
Yeah, it looks like a mirror. I'm looking at a picture of the thing you sent me. It looks like a mirror that would be in, like when you go to a museum and they have like Victorian recreations of like grand salons, parlors, and rooms and stuff. It looks like a mirror that would be on the wall there. There's like a very ornate looking frame, but it's not gilded or anything. It's just very carved wood, kind of thing. It's a pretty mirror, I gotta say.
And it's one of these. Yeah, no, it's. I thought it was a cool mirror. Like I was like, I would put that in my room.
As far as mirrors go, top 10 probably.
right. 11 out of 10 definitely would hang.
Would mirror again.
But it gets its name
upon reflecting on this mirror, Caleb, if I may. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. I apologize. I'll edit that out.
Puns are no, you're fine. So the Lasser glass gets its name from Philip Lasser, who in the movie was the original owner of this in 1754, and then he hung it over his fireplace, and then he was found dead in the fireplace, later burned beyond recognition, and then it travels to somebody else and they die, and so on and so forth. But it seems to collect the spirit or the soul, or at least the appearance of its victims.
And then it wound up in Hogwarts for the Mirror of Erised.
There it is. I mean, you're not that far off,
tormented souls of all the owners now made people in Hogwarts show people what they wanted to see.
Go Slytherin! So, but then the movie deals with the daughter of the family that has currently been ravaged by this mirror in her youth. She as she grows up, she makes it her life's mission to find and destroy this mirror. And so her and her brother are trying to do that. And it's an amazing film. I loved it. But that's one of my favorite cursed object mirrors. But, we've talked about some of the other ones here. You mentioned Annabelle. And there are some that are like some pop culture movies that are using, and I say real as in they happened in our mutually shared reality, as opposed to I believe that it's true that this happened and like that it was supernatural. I'm not saying that, what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I want to be clear in my language. So
It's a actual
right.
thing that happens. The documentary
Right.
of
The
Annabelle.
movie Christine isn't about a real thing. It's a, but the Conjuring.
It's about Christine Baranski,
But
isn't her name?
Yeah, Miss Baranski. But like we have movies that have dealt with real things. The Exorcist deals with the Pazuzu amulet, excuse
Right.
me, that is a real object. The movie The Possession deals with something called the Dybbuk or the Dybbuk. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've only seen it typed.
I think it's the Dybbuk.
Yeah,
I
the
think you're right.
Dybbuk box, which is like a portable wine box that you could open up and take wine and stuff out of and enjoy. But this particular one is haunted apparently or possessed. And The Conjuring has Annabelle, probably the most famous current cursed or haunted object, right? And so we'll talk about that. Now, in the movie, it's this creepy looking kind of like, big smiled face. And, if you're listening and you haven't seen it, and you want to scare the shit out of yourself, go ahead and look up what Annabelle looks like. You'll see it right away. In reality, Annabelle was a Raggedy Ann doll. Right. And it's Annabelle's name comes from the girl who allegedly possessed it, right? Or who possesses the doll. So Raggedy Ann is
So it's a child's play situation, like the soul of whoever went inside this thing, like this reliquary, this Horcrux, if
right.
you will, and then took on the properties of whatever soul
Yeah.
inhabits it.
And you said Horcrux. Yeah. Voldemort.
It's a tale as old as time. Caleb.
Beauty and the cursed object. But yeah, so like Horcruxes would be a great example of like in movies and literature too. Yeah, I mean Voldemort's soul torn into these pieces and these objects are definitely not something you want to even be in possession of. But yeah, so in the 70s, this girl named Donna ends up giving famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren this doll and gives it to them because the doll was a gift from Donna's mother, who purchases it at an antique shop. And over time, Donna seems to note, and Donna's roommate, excuse me, the two of them seem to notice that the doll had a tendency to move. And sometimes it wouldn't just,
which is not what you want in a doll.
Nope.
Unless it's one of those battery operated ones, or the ones that eat your hair, like that Cabbage Patch.
Or Toy Story. If I had a Woody doll, I would expect it to be up to no end of shenanigans in my room when I was asleep. But I guess over time, this doll would move, and it wasn't just that it like slightly moved. Sometimes, it'd be in the bedroom, and then they'd come home. Nobody's been there, and it's reportedly like on the kitchen table or on the counter or in the living room or somewhere it definitely shouldn't be. Sometimes it would have its legs crossed instead of, or instead of straight or whatever, something was different, right?
Sometimes it would join a raid in World of Warcraft without your permission and totally fuck up your stats.
No, see, that shit is unacceptable right there.
Unacceptable.
No.
You crossed the line, cursed doll. No. And you're playing Alliance? What the fuck's wrong with you? We're Horde family.
That is no notes. I got no notes on any of the things you just said. But yeah, so later, apparently, Annabelle went from being just, moving around the house to getting up to all kinds of trouble. According to this information I'm reading here, it says Donna would find notes that just said help in the apartment. And one night even came home to Annabelle repositioned and covered in a red substance.
Now, can you spray for Annabelles? Like if you call like Terminex or something, can they come out and like
I think now you
can come out and
it's like holy water and they just kind of like spray it all over you.
Can you imagine like they have like an e-meter and they're like, nah, you got Annabelles, dude. We're gonna have to spray for this shit. They're in your ductwork right now.
These are an aggressive infestation. You gotta get like we gotta do the full work. It's gonna be $9,000.
See, I think Elf on the Shelf is basically conditioning children
To
to
accept.
accept
Oh
haunted
God,
dolls
this
because
is
when they
big
come down every
Annabelle.
day, they've moved, right?
Yeah, the big Annabelle Corp is trying to push for more haunted things in your house.
We're indoctrinating our kids and letting them believe that dolls that move independently is an acceptable fact of life, and they have to deal with it.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like those who have those objects in their house are doing nothing to stem the
oh
tide.
God, I'm so glad I don't have to do Elf on the Shelf anymore, dude.
Right. So later, basically, Annabelle's covered in this red substance, repositioned, and that it was at that point that Donna says, "You know what? Maybe I should contact a spiritualist or a medium or something."
Wait, so I've not seen this movie. So it took that long for her to contact somebody. The first day this doll moved and was positioned somewhere else, and my family said they didn't do it. I'm like,
Into
yeah,
the
we're done
fire.
with this.
You're like,
Yep, you're gonna get a taste of the grill right now. I'm
exactly.
gonna throw you outside on the grill.
So apparently the medium is like, cool, I'll be right there. And they basically said, yep, this doll is inhabited by the spirit of someone who was killed in that building. So the building the girls
Right.
are living in, it's like
what you
this
want.
doll has the spirit of that killed person in it, right?
Wait, how did you say that the doll came into their lives? Was it just given to them? Or
Donna's
again? I forgot what you
mom.
said.
Donna's the girl
Donna's
who has
mom,
it, and
okay.
then her roommate, they live together with Annabelle. Donna received it from her mom, who bought it in like an antique store or a pawn shop or something like that. So that's how Annabelle came into that. And again, it's this cute little Raggedy Ann doll, so the red kind of like yarn hair with the big button eyes and all of that, and the little country dress and all of that.
Did they show the scene where she's purchasing the doll and like the employee at the shop is like, "Oh no, money cannot be exchanged for this. The doll doesn't get
It's just like
bought.
needful
The doll
things."
finds a new owner." It's like, fuck off, dude. I'm not getting this. Just give me this like old Coca-Cola serving tray or whatever.
Yeah. I don't
instead.
need an object with drama. I'm literally visiting my daughter and just
Yeah.
need. I literally this bookmark will
This
do fine.
bookmark is fine. This paperweight with like, whatever. It's fine. I don't need a haunted
Yeah, this
doll.
one says "hang loose" and has a picture of a kitten on it. So
I need this old TV
um,
guide with like Simon and Simon on the cover or something.
Oh hell yeah, Simon and Simon. Oh, that was the shit. Now, basically, so the medium's like, yeah, you've got this possessed doll. It's got the spirit of someone who died in your building, right? And so you're kind of out of luck, right?
So
And
if you move to a house, so whoever died in the space that you're inhabiting, I guess is the rule of this.
I don't know if there is a rule. It doesn't really go into it. I don't know. Again, rules to spirituality seem like something that somebody is just making up.
Like,
it's
better
all
come
made
with a
up.
very explicit set of instructions for this doll is what I'm saying. It reads like stereo instructions. There's like, well, if you're in a house, it picks the next dead person that was around your house, but inside the vicinity or outside the vicinity within a 5-mile radius. If not, then you can return the doll for a full refund.
Hey, and when you're at it, if you got sciatica, just duct tape some garlic to your body in those spots that it hurts.
If you're unhappy with your Annabelle purchase, please contact the manufacturer at 1-800-HAUNTED-DOLL.
So apparently Donna and their friend have another friend named Lou, who
is the best.
Here's this story. Lou. He hears about the situation. They're talking to him, and he's like, "This might be more serious than just you have a possessed doll here." And so
more
Annabelle,
serious than a possessed doll. Okay, Lou.
Annabelle attacks and kills Lou.
Really? With what?
Yeah.
Kindness? It's a small doll. What is it going to do?
Apparently Annabelle attacked and killed Lou when he got up to investigate some noises that he was hearing while hanging out at the girl's apartment one night. So the girls now, it says, at their wits' end. I think that's a mild way of putting it. My friend has died. I've been sort of creeped out by this possessed doll that we have discovered, according to some psychic, that is possessed by the dead spirit of a dead person from this building, and now they've killed my friend Lou.
I see them all sitting around,
frustrating,
chatting over a glass while they go, I am just perplexed. Lou was murdered by this doll, and I don't know what to do.
This is a pickle. We are in a pickle. So they end up contacting the Warrens, Ed and Lou Warren, who famously are played uh, in the movies by Vera Farmiga and Jason Patrick. And
Mhm.
so that
Jason Patrick,
is, I
star of
love that.
Speed 2 Cruise Control, by the way.
Oh, not Jason Patrick. Excuse me. Why can't I? Good God, I
I know
can't
who
think
you
of his
mean.
name.
He's in
I'm
all the
so sorry.
Conjuring movies, right?
Yes, and he's in the
Patrick,
current Cape
not
Fear
Patrick Will. Is it
series.
Patrick
Patrick
Wilson?
Wilson.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes,
say Jason
Patrick
Patrick
Wilson.
was a. I don't
Oh
think
my
he's.
God.
I don't know if he's still making movies, but I think he was in Speed 2 Cruise Control.
I don't think Jason Patrick is still making movies. He was. I think Jason Patrick was also in the Lost Boys. As the older brother.
We'll do a whole Jason Patrick episode.
So, anyways, I am so sorry, Patrick Wilson. I have besmirched your name and honor. Let us continue. So basically, the Warrens decide that they've they've gotten in contact with the girls through a priest. They decide that they're going to take the doll and move it to a secure location, which is now inside a glass box at their museum in Connecticut.
Oh, good. So it's off the property. It's in a separate building. It's in a museum.
Yeah, and apparently it's in a room with a whole bunch of other cursed objects that the
That's good. So it
Warrens
doesn't feel
have
alone.
collected. Right. Let me just say that if I
Is it kind
believed
of
in
like that
these
big
things,
warehouse at the end of Raiders where they like move the Ark of
yep.
the Covenant?
Except instead of that, it's like a combination of the Collector from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, where you can see all these objects in
Okay,
glass
so they're all like
containers.
facing each other. Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah,
they're not in a crate that like it slowly burns away the stuff on the
yeah.
outside.
I just always feel like, if you're going to collect a ton of objects like this, that you shouldn't put them in one location. They should be like buried in concrete at the bottom of
Yep.
the ocean, where no human will ever get it again. It's like, let's collect these in one room for safekeeping. And it's like, God forbid your curious 5-year-old walks into that room one night and just touches everything.
See, it's the opposite of stuff like Voltron. And if anyone remembers the old Voltron cartoon, when they summoned these 5 lions to form Voltron, they came from all corners of the earth, which seems inherently inefficient. Because if you're fighting like a big, threat to the galaxy, you got to wait like an hour and a half for these fucking lions to gather from like wherever the
Hang
desert,
on, the
a
yellow lion
volcano
was
somewhere,
in
the ocean.
Calcutta. It's
like,
I'm in
keep them all in
Jersey.
the
And
same
this thing,
garage. What are you doing, Voltron? Seriously.
they're all in a garage in Buffalo, New York. That's it.
Give me a second. They're going to be here in a minute. Their ETA is like 7.5 hours. So if you can hold off by destroying our civilization, giant space beast, that would be great. Thanks.
Hang on. And then they always do the individual fighting. And then they
Mhm.
eventually
Why?
learn,
Just
like,
always
we
form
can't do
Voltron.
this. We
Come
got
on.
to form Voltron. And then Voltron, like, one hits the thing with its magic
Or
sword
yeah,
thing.
or just keep Voltron always formed, and then just hop in.
He's a
Take
lot
an
harder to
elevator and-
hide as like a 7,000-foot giant lion robot hybrid.
Yep. Who cares? It's like to save so much time. Come on. Anyway, so cursed objects spread apart. Voltron keep together. That's the whole.
That's the
That's the
takeaway
whole
here,
message.
people.
That's the takeaway of this episode.
So speaking of Voltron, have I ever heard
Yeah.
of the goddess of death, also known as the woman from Lem?
I have not. I've heard of several versions of representations of death, like a death god or something, but I've not heard of the woman from Lim before.
Sure. So this is just it's a very primitive statue. It's one of those, like, thousands of years BC. I think she's, let me see here, 3,500 BC, and was unearthed in Cyprus in 1878, right? So that's where she comes from.
This is hard to describe, so I think people are going to have to Google this, but it looks kind of like it's got definitely like an hourglassy, but a very pronounced hourglassy form. It almost looks like the head is kind of like the neck of a bottle with a like bulbous top to it.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of a warped version of the famous fertility doll, but if you like
it's
take that and
definitely
just like
that.
shrunk everything in and made it really thin. But
Yeah,
it is on display at the Royal Scottish Museums. You can go on their website and check out what this thing looks like.
Absolutely. And Lem is spelled Lemb. So if you're looking it up, the woman from Lem, because if you look up goddess of death, you're going to get like a bazillion things. But
it's really
woman
hard to
from
describe
Lem
how
is
this
there.
thing
Yeah.
looks. It looks kind of like an instrument, but also like it's weird. It's
So I'm
carved
going
out
to
of
kind
like
of
stone or something.
I'm going to read exactly what this says, because it kind of sums up nicely some of what we're talking about. It says, if the first question out of your mouth upon seeing this is, what am I looking at exactly? Which is, what we're all looking at, because it kind of looks like a primitive limestone anchor too. Like
it does. It looks a lot like that. That's a good way to put it. Or like a ukulele that someone made from memory.
Oh, God. The best answer the writer can provide you with at the moment is, I don't know, right? And he says, the little I do know about this limestone statue, though, pertains to its cursed nature. The artifact was crafted, as I previously mentioned, around 3500 BC, was unearthed in Cyprus.
Great year.
In 1878, yeah. And of the families it belonged to over the generations, each one has been torn apart by death. I want to insert a side note here. All families are torn apart by death eventually.
Well, eventually, yeah, pretty much.
So,
yeah. That's kind of coming for us all, guys.
Yeah, right. There's also no real OSHA standards back in the 1800s. And so, limestone digging up things and passing around objects amongst probably wealthy people who would own this. There's a lot of death involved in that in general. So
also inbreeding. That's probably not great either.
the Habsburg chin is a great example of that. So apparently within 6 years of owning this object, the woman from Lem, within 6 years, all 7 members of the first family that had it perished. Once the second owner, whose name is Ivor Minucci, acquired it, death came for him and his family after only 4 years. She's working faster, folks.
Wouldn't it be great if all the death stemmed from them just continually putting it up on high shelves and it falling over? Because it looks pretty heavy and just falling on them.
I tell you what, I would not want any part of that hitting me in the head from any height.
It looks like it would fuck you up pretty bad.
I mean, it's made of limestone. Sweet Jesus, all the blood would just stain that thing.
And things that were made back then weren't light. They're not like, this is made out of carbon fiber. It's ultralight. No, those are heavy as fuck, dude. You got 3 people to lift that.
This isn't like made out of like coconut fronds and some twine. This thing's carved
made out
from
of
the earth.
Wool and taffeta and silk
and the tears of the unavenged.
Yeah, they keep putting it on this high plinth that's like over their main area, and
why is this 40 feet in the air?
And kill.
It reaches terminal
velocity. It just instantly kills anyone that calls it.
If it fell from that height at its weight, gravity, it would cause a small nuclear explosion.
I don't understand why our family keeps dying. Stop putting it in high places.
Exactly. We built a watchtower specifically for it to fall off of.
Can't figure it out. This thing must be haunted.
So first family, all 7 members die within 6 years. And then the second family who owns it, the entire family is dead in 4 years. I'm not sure what the differential is on that. But then the statue vanishes for a long time. And when a new third family eventually finds it, several members died. It doesn't say when or how, right? It does say, however, 2 of the remaining members of that family very wisely donated the artifact to the Royal Scottish Museum. I'm not sure why making a cursed object a public or institutional property
that seems
removes its curse. Is that like a curse loophole? Like, I curse your family. Oh, damn. They found a loophole.
Is it like, Rumpelstiltskin, once everyone knows his name, he doesn't have any power kind of thing? Like, everyone's like, oh, look how cursed this item is. Ha, 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 ha. And then,
damn it.
I
have befallen the curse of cursed objects. Yeah.
I don't know why that works. That's a weird rule. Think about it. Or it's like those statues from, was it Doctor Who, the Weeping Angels? When you look at them, they don't move, but when you turn your back, they move, that kind of thing. Yep. Maybe.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of like games that you can play now that have similar kind of effects, and it's like the enemy only runs at you when you turn away.
I will take the ghosts from the Mario Brothers franchise and nothing else, please. Those are fine.
Yes. So now we're moving on. We talked about the Lasser mirror earlier in the episode, but we're going to talk about a mirror that is currently owned by the Traveling Museum of the Paranormal and Occult. And I would like to give you a location, but it's a traveling museum of the Paranormal and Occult. So it could be in your backyard right now. Don't go.
Well, I'm not currently home, so it might be.
That's very true. If I come over to your house and it's there, you can get fucked. I'm leaving.
What? That was hurtful. Why did we have to go there? I didn't do anything.
No, it's that mirrors in your backyard. No, damn,
we should probably talk off mic about this relationship, Caleb.
Anyways, the dark mirror. This is so apparently, as this information that I pulled talks about, it says the world's only mobile museum of the unexplained holds the mysterious reflector, which seems to literally take on a life of its own. So it's probably similar to the Lasser glass. All of these cursed mirrors.
I hope this museum's in the back of a van.
Hey, kid, you want to see a dirty mirror? Hey, I got a sack of only cherry Jolly Ranchers and a dirty mirror here for you to look at. I got some 20-year-old Hostess turtle pies if you want those as well. I don't even know what the hell those are.
You don't remember? Okay, this is good. Oh, sorry. Hostess, the company that made the little cakes that you buy at the convenience store.
Yes.
They made turtle pies, and they basically were glazed.
Made with real turtle.
Cream-filled. Yeah, glazed, cream-filled pastry things that you can buy. And they were after the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. And they coated the outside. They dyed the glaze green. So they had Boston cream filling in them. And outside they were green. And they were the fucking shit. I loved them so much. We would go across the river where I grew up. I lived really close to Pennsylvania. We went across the river to Cumberland Farms and we would get them. And my sister and I absolutely loved the shit out of Hostess turtle pies. So look them up.
So let me, I'm sorry. We will get back to the dark mirror in a moment, gentle listeners. But I have a question.
I'm so sorry.
So since you are from the Northeast,
yes,
my wife is originally from Eastern Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And
so close to Philly in that area.
When she moved out to this area years and years ago, she was weirded out because we had never heard of a thing called tasty cakes. Are you familiar with tasty cakes?
Oh yeah.
We don't have them out here in Chicago.
And they're from Philadelphia.
She kept talking about them. Yeah, they're like the Hostess of the East Coast, kind of thing.
Yeah, they're spongy. There's a whole company, but they're the spongy, they have a buttercream icing on top. Mm-hmm. They're really good.
Yeah, they have a whole bunch of similar Hostess products.
They're like Michelin star Twinkies, basically. Right, yeah. They're quite good.
As seen on the bear, Yep. But so that was just interesting because you being from East Coast, it took us years, and then we were eventually, our band was traveling out that direction, and we stopped at a Turkey Hill gas station, and
Turkey Hill ice cream big out there too.
Yeah, and then found one, and she was like, "I am vindicated! Tasty cakes!" She was so excited.
It's so funny that she had to defend this. I would have been like, "Oh yeah, dude, I have them all the time. They're great. Right. Tasty cakes are awesome."
All right, back to the dark mirror. So
we'll get into weird discontinued pastries at some point on a podcast, I'm sure.
So basically, this mirror takes on a life of its own. The mirror was obtained by the Traveling Museum of the Paranormal and Occult from the original owner who purchased it while attending a psychic fair in the Columbus, Ohio area.
Well, that's the best place to see a psychic fair.
I have a feeling the Traveling Museum of the Paranormal and Occult also travels along as maybe the opening act for the Jim Rhodes sideshow,
the Jim Rhodes freak show. Yeah, that's great.
As seen on an episode of the X-Files, which was fantastic. So it says that same owner said they were struck with very unsettling visions when gazing into the scrying mirror's dark reflection. Okay, first off, if you're going to describe a mirror as a scrying mirror, that pulls up images of Saruman in the orb and
the planeteer or whatever it's called.
Exactly. Scrying mirror. This doesn't look like the image that I have. It's similar to the Lasser glass. It's just this large rectangular piece of glass with an ornate frame around it, hung on a pretty plain wall, and it doesn't look like something I would think of as a scrying mirror.
It's not as pretty as the other mirror you were talking about.
Definitely not. No, Lasser glass is amazing. Dark mirror, cheap knockoff.
This mirror, not even in the top.
No, not even. It's not. And I have several other little smaller mirrors that were also haunted below here. So basically, according to the museum,
I love it that shiny glass is the metric for haunting for some of these things. It's it's just reflective.
What's weird is these mirrors, and this is me trying to trying to understand the difference here and why. And somebody's going to tell me, well, Caleb, it's because werewolves are only susceptible to silver, but vampires are susceptible to fire, silver, holy water, sunlight, and this, but they're not
And
susceptible
then
to
some mirror manufacturer is going to be like, well, we got to put them into hell first before they can reflect anything. And once they're in hell, it's like Event Horizon. Everything kind of goes crazy.
So, according to the museum, visitors can also claim to, or have also claimed to, report uncomfortable sightings, such as their own corpse when gazing into the reflective glass.
Oh, that's not great.
That's just, you know what it is? It's just one of those fucking lenticular mirrors that you look at it from one angle, you see yourself, you
Oh.
turn away, and it's like, oh, I'm dead. But oh, I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm alive on the left side,
Oh,
dead on
man,
the right
I
side.
am not man, that is not a great picture of me. I should probably edit that one
God,
out.
where'd they get my driver's license photos?
It's like those apps you can get on your phone to make you look like how you'll look when you're 80 or something, but it's just how you look when you're dead. Great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
right. Well, there's that reminds me because the dark mirror, obviously, the picture there's no reflection in it. It looks like it's just literally a black thing framed on the wall. So this reminds me with the dark mirror being like just black and the thing around it. There was a movie, it's a 7-minute horror movie on YouTube, and I think it's called the Face of God or something to that effect. I'd have to look it up again, but this just conversation reminded me of it. I wasn't really prepared to talk about it. But it's about a woman who is I don't know if she's in art school or at a museum or something, but she is presenting on a painting called like the Face of God or what God looks like or something like that. And it's just black. Because the idea being everyone has their conception of what God would look like. So at looking at it, right, you would you could potentially imagine yourself seeing somewhere in the depths of that darkness some form that would be the face of God. And this girl actually starts seeing something very sinister staring back at her through the painting. And it's creepy and unsettling, and it's very cool. 7 minutes,
And that's the
long, right?
basis for that 90s song, What If God Was One of Us?
What if God was this alien thing that came out of the painting and totally ate me and killed me and my family and everyone else?
Who was that? Joan Osborne? That was Joan Osborne, right?
Yeah, Joan Osborne. Yeah.
Shout out to Joan Osborne.
No relation to Ozzy.
Nope.
We have there's haunted mirrors seem to be one of my favorite kinds of cursed objects.
Haunted paintings.
Haunted paintings are definitely on that list. We even have something underneath here. Try not to look at it if you're looking at my show notes. But,
okay.
It's after the mirrors. Yeah, no peeking.
I did.
Brian has a copy of all my notes, which
do.
all of you lovely people who want those notes will be able to get them as well.
If you join our Patreon at the $20 level, you will also get a copy of these. No, I'm just kidding. They're free. You don't have to pay anything.
And it's just a drunken scribble on a Denny's napkin. And I take a shitty cell phone picture of that.
There are microtransactions, so every time you pay, a little more of the notes will be revealed later.
Oh, yeah. It's like, but it's cuts off mid-word sometimes. So like Columbus is just and then to get umbus, you have to pay.
Sometimes it's all wingdings, and you got to pay an extra $5 to get that shit translated.
Zapting bats for the win.
All right, so I'm excited. What's your favorite thing that I'm not allowed to look at?
Well, so like these, just the cursed mirrors in general. I think there's something interesting about that, right?
There should just be an entire museum dedicated to cursed mirrors because there seems like an awful lot of them.
God, I can't imagine what people walking through there would never be the same. So we have a couple of honorable
sign a
mention
waiver
for cursed mirrors, right?
You go in there.
Please do not look at any of the mirrors. Just close your eyes. You don't know if there's actually any mirrors in there because you're not allowed to see.
If you don't leave the museum with your soul intact, the museum is not liable for this.
Nope. That's Phil's fault. Fuck you, Phil.
Phil.
So there's some other haunted mirrors here. We have the Myrtle's Plantation Mirror, which is in St. Francisville, Louisiana. And it is located on one of America's probably the most haunted estate, quote unquote haunted, in the United States. The mirror is purported to hold the reflections of the people who gaze into it, and as well as a plantation worker and a murdered family in the mirror. So, like, you would gaze into this mirror if you were visiting the plantation, and you may see ghostly faces or, handprints on the glass, or
Well, all
like,
right. Handprints on a mirror glass is super easy because if anyone owned a mirror, it's real easy to make a handprint on a mirror glass.
you have to do jack all to a mirror to have a handprint. You don't even have
You
to
could just
touch
say
it.
the word handprint and then it will
It's like,
appear on the
"Thunk,"
glass.
there it is. And you're like,
Great.
God damn it.
Now I gotta
Who
get
was
the
eating
Windex again.
peanut butter with this hand?
Oh my God. That's how I handle mirrors. Just lather up with peanut butter beforehand. That's what I
It's
do.
like it's
It's the
like the
safest way to handle a
comedian
mirror.
back in the day. I don't remember when this was. There was a comedian. His name was Rick Dukeman, and he had this bit about kids. And whenever I think of like dirty handprints, I always think of like toddlers and
Oh,
like
yeah.
5-year-old kids. But he had this whole bit about how his kids just like they don't sweat normal things, they ooze like grape jelly and things like that. So, because
They're always
just
sticky.
they're always a hot mess and sticky. He goes, you go over to the refrigerator and they're standing there with the fridge door open. You pick them up, you turn around, you set them back behind you. You turn around to shut the door. They're already back at the fridge again.
Yeah.
And he just he talks about, and anytime I think about a dirty handprint or something, that's immediately like it's just peanut butter or chocolate or some sticky stuff just smeared everywhere, and it's an immediate rage-inducing moment.
So if you have a technique for keeping your haunted mirrors clean, please contact with the distractopod
Yes,
at gmail.com.
we would love that. I'm sure the Traveling Museum of the Paranormal and Occult would also appreciate that. They're trying to get people to stop touching the dark mirror. So that's the Myrtle's Plantation mirror. Now we have Marilyn Monroe's Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel mirror, which is also said to be haunted, which once was in the Marilyn's favorite suite. Whenever she would stay at this place, she had a favorite suite, and this mirror was in there. It's a full-length mirror, and eventually that was relocated to an elevator hallway. Like, she's not here anymore. She's not doing it. We need to redecorate the room. We're just gonna take this mirror, put it in the hallway, because why wouldn't you, relocate a lovely mirror? But apparently,
before you take a chance at an elevator, it's going wrong.
There's other haunted devices that we have. Elevators definitely would qualify.
Oh
but
yeah, are there
apparently
any haunted elevators? There's got to be some haunted elevators out there.
You know what?
Sure.
That's one thing I didn't look up, but I'm sure there are.
Or like a haunted laundry chute or something innocuous.
God, well, you can only imagine people would stuff bodies down laundry chutes and things like that. So I can't imagine that there wouldn't be any haunted ones.
It consumes one sock from every load you put down. It's like
that's where they're all going.
That's right.
So many staff and guests report seeing Marilyn's reflection looking back at them, causing a spooky sensation.
Oh, that's nice though. Marilyn Monroe is nice to look at. So there you go.
Right. Get fucked. That's not a real haunted thing. Come on.
Unless it was like the corpse of Marilyn Monroe. That's a feature. I would that would advertise that shit.
So in Austin, Texas, at the Driscoll Hotel, we have apparently lots of them. The Driscoll Hotel mirrors. I think they're all haunted.
There's a bunch of them.
Commissioned by Mexican Emperor Maximilian.
Well, they got a deal when they ordered more than like 10, I think. So that's good.
I mean, bulk discount on haunted mirrors.
Yeah.
So apparently the mirrors were commissioned by Mexican Emperor Maximilian for his wife Carlotta. They were Venetian-style mirrors and were never delivered after his execution, right? So after Carlotta's death, the hotel purchased them all. And today, people claim that they can see the figure of a white lady reflected in the glass, thought to be the spirit of a heartbroken senator's daughter.
And I imagine this is a lady in white, not just a random Caucasian lady that appears in these mirrors.
Where's the Starbucks? I've got yoga in 10 minutes. Jesus.
Are you guys going to that club later? Because Brittany.
Oh my God. I paid $6 for coffee.
Courtney, you're such a bitch. Get me out of this mirror. Oh my God.
Where am I? This looks like Texas. So
ew.
Now we also have, which kind of is seemingly fitting, we have the Bela Lugosi mirror. Right.
Oh yeah.
Which the famous actor who portrayed the original Dracula, right? That Bela Lugosi. He was known.
OG Drac. What up?
Right. So very on brand for Bela Lugosi. He was known for a deep interest in the occult. And there's even some urban legends that say that he used a specific mirror to scry or gaze into the supernatural, right? Which goes back to the scrying mirror, right? That we were talking about with the dark mirror.
Contact my agent about this upcoming commercial role.
I deeply need to be John Q. Public.
Bella, we have a phone. You have my number. Why are you contacting me on this mirror again?
Exactly. So he would use a specific mirror to gaze into the supernatural, and that his spirit or some kind of dark energies surrounding that remain attached to this glass long after his death.
Sure.
And then we have
now this next one on the list. Again, I don't know if it was a specific thing because when I was a kid, we when I first learned about this one, it was any mirror you could do this.
Well, and it does say here that the Bloody Mary mirror is not a single physical mirror, but perchance all mirrors, right? It's literally any mirror in the world because it's the mirror is just the conduit, right? So if you are already sensitive to the idea that mirrors may contain some kind of supernatural force, then, even your rear view mirror in your car, is your compact mirror. Any mirror becomes a conduit for Bloody Mary. And basically, the ubiquitous urban legend just is basically that if you chant the name Bloody Mary in a dark room facing a mirror, the vengeful spirit of an executed queen or a wronged woman or, your pissed off barista will come into the mirror and appear. I don't know what they're going to do. Some people say that they'll attack you.
They'll grant you 3 wishes.
Kill you. Apparently, Lisa is just going to toss a hot cup of wrongly made coffee in your face. So
they use soy milk instead of regular milk. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, this one
I heard. I don't know what the consequences of it was. I think it was just I was told it several like when I was young, like 11 or whatever. I would be like either kill you or just appear and scare the shit out of you. I don't know what the motivations of the Bloody Mary mirror were.
She's
but
tired of being called.
Varying.
Just leave her alone.
Yeah.
She's just trying to sleep or do her business.
I'm trying to enjoy my afterlife, and you bitches keep calling me on this dumb mirror.
God, stop it. This next one is kind of interesting because I don't know if you could actually count it as an
I've never
object,
heard of this one.
But it's a phone number.
I've never heard of this.
And the phone number is
86753. Oh no,
8675309. That's we're calling Jenny, if that's the case.
We are calling Jenny.
No, this is the phone number, and it's 0888 888 888. That's the phone number.
Roaming charges will apply.
Right, exactly. So this is, again, it's not really an object, but it is a cursed something, right? Basically what this is several people who had this phone number, 0888 888 888, have died in pretty intense fashions. Or at least according to this, because there's no citations for any of this stuff. It's all hearsay, word of mouth stuff, but it's still fascinating.
This appears to be a Russian-based thing because all the accounts are, Eastern European-y, Russian-y kind of stuff.
So it says the number's first holder, which was former Mobitel CEO Vladimir Grajnov. He died of cancer at 48 in 2001. The number that was then passed on to a Bulgarian mob boss.
All right.
Who was shot and killed by an assassin in 2003. That's
all right. I'm going to stop you there. It's a mob boss.
Exactly.
The chances of him getting shot are pretty high.
Yep. Somebody Tony Soprano, this guy. So after that,
oh my God, he got killed. What was he into?
Gabagool.
Oh, that's not shock. That's normal. Right. That's completely normal.
So after this Bulgarian guy was killed with the number, it was passed on to a businessman. His name was Konstantin Dishliev. And then till he was fatally shot outside of a restaurant in 2005. The number then was passed back to the mobile company Mobitel, and they did not issue it further. It has been retired, and there was no official reason for that given. So obviously, if
Well, there seem to be three reasons right there, I guess, as
At
to why it was
least,
canceled.
all in a span of about 4 years. I mean, he died in 2001, the first owner, and then you have 2003. So, somewhere roughly
Mhm.
2 years later, and then another 2 years later. So this number is claiming people on like clockwork, man. So
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of the curse number
so
thing
you can
before.
try
That's
calling it,
interesting.
I suppose. It looks like it's an international number, like the
Yeah, I'm
code of
good.
8, and call it up. I doubt anything would happen.
I don't want to like invite bad karma into my life, even though it's like the chances of this being a real thing are very slim. I'm just like, why? Why don't you do that? It's
Well,
fine. Leave that
there's
number alone.
there's there's always, even for somebody who, like me, like I said, is rational. I don't believe in these paranormal things for many different reasons. But
Sure.
um, there's part of me when I was putting this together that, especially with the last one that we're going to talk about, it's such an
Mhm.
unsettling image, and it is about a cursed painting. I did feel somewhat trepidatious about even looking at it. But
Mm.
that was very minor. Nothing bad happened to me. Nothing bad is going to happen to me because I glanced at this stupid painting. So
I think you have to look at the original one, though. You can't just look at an internet
I don't
picture
know
of
if
it.
they're cursed, though. Wouldn't it? Well, what are the laws of cursed objects? I mean, do I have to look at that? The
Well,
ring,
at a at a
is,
at a cursory glance at the description, I think, at least in my mind, I think you have to be in the presence of it. But I could be
well,
wrong,
then a
and
print
feel
is
free to
fine,
correct me.
people. Buy prints at this location. um, so we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a bit. I want to go to the Dybbuk box.
You can get on my Redbubble page and purchase a T-shirt of this
Right.
if you want.
So the Dybbuk box is currently owned by Zach Bagans' The Haunted Museum, which I guess there's maybe
Which is Bilbo's cousin.
maybe there's just another haunted museum that Zach had to completely put his name in front of in order to distinguish the two. Attained by paranormal fanatic Zach Bagan in 2017, this well-known wine box is allegedly possessed by a Dybbuk. In Jewish mythology, is a malicious and possessing demon. So apparently,
I've heard of a Dybbuk before. Yeah.
this Dybbuk could not find a suitable host and went, "Fuck it, I'm possessing the wine." So
You know what? As far as demons go, it's a pretty smart move, I think. Like, just I'm gonna hang out with the alcohol.
you know what?
if I'm,
Because people are going to come to you.
yeah, there's probably a long wait time sometimes between possessions, and you're bored. Might as well get drunk on some good wine.
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, that's legit, right? So, basically, this item inspired the 2012 horror movie The Possession, right? And gained,
Mhm.
which gained attention when it was
It also
auctioned.
inspired the movie Sideways about wine tasting
There's a good Pinot Grigio in here.
with Paul Giamatti and that other
Right.
guy who played Sandman in the Spider-Man movies. Thomas
That's-
Hayden Church. That's
There you go. There you go. There's some grit in this wine. Anyways,
Must be a
anyways,
Dybbuk.
the item gained attention when it was auctioned on eBay in 2001 by a man who claims that he bought it at an estate sale and its original owner was a Holocaust survivor. The man
And this thing just looks like a kind of a cabinet, a small cabinet with a drawer underneath, two doors that open,
Mhm.
and I guess it's like a case around it, or maybe it's just the box that it's sitting.
I think
in.
it's just
It
it's
just
just
looks-
like a protected. It's
Yeah.
basically it's probably got some wine glasses, some wine
Yeah.
in it, a couple little the drawer is there for some essentials that might be like
It looks
you know,
just like an antique kind
yeah.
of mini cabinet thing.
it's just a little cabinet really that you can take with you. Anyways, the man reported encountering strange activity occurring when the box was around, including horrific nightmares, which could also be from the fact that he drank the wine out of a box that's probably 7,000 years old. The object was made even more famous in 2018 when singer Post Malone touched it on an episode of Ghost Adventures. It was reportedly been dealing with the consequences ever since. Like what?
Well, he did release that
consequences?
country. I think he released that country album, which might have been a direct consequence.
God,
of that,
you know what
'cause
else
that kind
he
of was
was
a
doing?
departure for
A
him.
few years ago at one of the big Chicago festivals, it was probably Lollapalooza because it would have been right in that area. He was letting
Riot.
people know. No, it would have been Lala because he
Mm.
was going to Buckingham Fountain, which is in the area right there around Lollapalooza, which happens in Grant Park in Chicago, right on the lakefront.
Mhm.
And he was hanging out doing dick tattoos on people at Buckingham
Wait,
Fountain.
he was administering the tattoos or he
He
was
was
getting them?
tattooing other people, little like penis tattoos on various
Oh,
parts of their body for
not
free.
not
You could just show up and
okay.
Post Malone's going to tattoo a dick on me.
I thought he was tattooing dicks the way you said that, and I was like,
No.
"Huh."
Well,
All
no,
right. Well, that's
he's
interesting.
tattooing penises onto people, but not their particular penises.
All right. Well, yeah, sure. Just a penis.
Right,
Yeah.
but that's the consequences he's dealing with, not this stupid, Dybbuk box
Post
nonsense.
Malone, former musician and preeminent dick tattooer, has had this to say.
I like him tiny.
Ever since he touched the Dybbuk box, his career really did a 180.
He touches the Dybbuk box, puts out a country album, starts tattooing dicks on people. I mean,
Hey, you know what? That's a normal path for most people, I think.
So this next
Good
one,
on him. As long as he's happy and healthy. I don't care what he
this
does.
next one is a wild ride because it is
This is
super
weird.
creepy. And this one,
I
I'm
like
gonna
the location, though.
for sure. I'm gonna read a little of this, and feel free to interject. But I think the story is what's really going to make the setup. Now, a lot of this information comes from the website dedicated
Mhm.
to this particular cursed item. The cursed object is known as Robert the Doll. Now, people may have
And
heard of him because
I've never heard of him.
he is a very famous cursed object. So I'm going to read a little bit. He's currently on display.
Let me describe Robert the Doll, at least from the picture that you shared with me. He's a little look crudely, I can't tell if he's made out of wood. It looks like he's made out of wood. He's carved a young boy holding a dog. It looks like he's dressed in what looks to be like a sailor outfit. Like
Yeah.
he's got a little hat on. It's like a white, the typical like, oh, look at me, giant lollipop sailor outfit kid. That's kind
Right.
of what it looks like.
Yeah.
And he's sitting in a chair and he's staring wistfully off into the distance.
So Robert is currently on display at the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida. Okay, so that's where he's at. You, for all of you Key Westers out there living that salt life, feel free to stop by and tell Robert we said hello here at Distracto.
Yeah.
We'd
Tell
love to have
Robert
him
we said
on
hi.
as a guest. So,
That'd be great.
So Gene and Robert were best friends growing up. Legend speculates voodoo played a part in Robert's formative years. And while interviews with those close to Otto, the Otto family, apparently that's, Gene Otto, people close to the Otto family indicate that there was a great deal of emotional energy placed upon the doll during Eugene's lifetime. So Gene loved this doll very much, would take him everywhere, right? And so apparently all that love and all that emotional energy was just absorbed by this doll. Gene would often shift the blame when he misbehaved as a child, pointing to the doll and being like, I didn't do it, Robert did it. Because that's fucking maturity right there, blaming your doll that everyone knows immediately is horse shit.
It's like the whole when you have an invisible friend and you blame the invisible friend.
I want Robert to come on Distracto and settle the score.
Yeah.
I just need him to clear the record, like, so we can help vindicate Robert. He's like, I'm not possessed.
We wanna clear his
I'm not
name.
a possessed doll, everybody. I'm a small, short person who has been just dragged through the mud, right? So
I
while
think
Robert,
we really need to air Robert's side of the story.
this is
I agree.
100%. While Robert seemed like just an ordinary cloth doll, so he's not wood, he's cloth apparently. It wasn't long before Robert was involved in a strange and somewhat alarming series of events. It's not known how or why this child's toy could genuinely torment humans. Well, probably because he's had enough of Gene's bullshit.
Yeah, Gene seems like a real asshole.
And pouring all that emotional energy for something that Gene apparently loved. He sure just like threw Robert under the bus at any given opportunity. I didn't push Grammys down the stairs. That was the doll.
That was Rabbit. He did it.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that joke. Cut that out. all entirely.
I'm leaving it in.
Please, God.
And
So
then
it's
I'm going
not
to put in like 30 seconds of awkward silence with crickets in the background.
chirp, 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 chirp. Oh dear Jesus, what's
Really,
happening?
really make you stew in it. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. Take it out if you want.
I'm gonna dip the audience in a big old vat of awkward. All right, so it's not known why this child's toy would genuinely seems to torment people, but weird and unexplainable events would happen to people surrounding Gene and the Otto family. Gene's parents would hear their son talking to the doll, but then get a response back in a different voice.
Hmm.
They also described seeing the doll changing expressions when they spoke in his company. Like Robert's listening, he's like, Jesus, not again. You guys can't stop spreading vaccine misinformation.
Wait, his facial
The
expressions would change?
doll's
That's crazy.
facial expressions would change. At least
Huh.
that's what they said.
Well, it's a cloth doll, and I was incorrect saying that it looked like wood. Thank you for clearing that up. And it is in Key West, which is a notoriously very humid place. So maybe the cloth was just sagging.
Look, there were
Because of
just
the
some
humidity.
rats moving around inside the doll's face. Okay?
Sure. Yeah, that's what you're going to get, rats when you have a doll.
So, in spite of all of this, Robert continued to live with Gene throughout Gene's entire lifetime. And even after Gene's parents died, he moved in with his wife, Anne, into the new home. Robert accompanied them.
Jesus. Gene,
Anne felt
what are you doing?
really uncomfortable with Robert in the house. And rather than being a
Yeah.
good husband and going, fuck this doll, I would prefer my wife's company to this doll. She demanded that Gene lock the doll up in the attic where he could do no harm. And Gene eventually consents to this idea and locks up the doll. Some believe Robert just wasn't happy with this new living arrangement. So soon, visitors to the artist house reported hearing footsteps in the attic and childish giggling. Neighborhood children described seeing Robert watching them from the attic window. Because if I was Gene and I was going to be petty as fuck, I would definitely go up into the attic and just place the doll in the window where neighborhood kids would freak the fuck out.
Oh, yeah. I would move it around all the time.
I'd have him put on little puppet shows, dance. I'd have him show up shirtless one time just to see what would happen.
I mean, look at how shitty Gene is, though. So he uses his doll as like a scapegoat for most of his life, and then he shoves it in the attic. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Whatever.
I mean, this is the stuff. This is like how to make a cursed object 101.
Robert, Gene did you dirty. And again, we will have you on this podcast to tell your side of the story.
I hope his facial expressions change.
I do too.
So anyways, Robert's up in the attic causing no end of trouble, following Gene's death, because of course, eventually Gene's going to die here. Tenants renting rooms at the artist house heard footsteps in the attic. Right?
So he didn't will the doll to his wife.
Into the fire!
That seems like a total Gene move. I'm going to give this doll as my last wish to my wife.
He's going to be buried with my wife.
Fucking Gene. What a dick.
That's what we just need a sticker that just says that. It's like from, Dungeon Crawler Carl, you have goddamn it Donut, you have fucking Gene for this. A plumber heard giggling and turned to find the doll had moved across the room on its own.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure what the plumber's doing in the attic.
I don't know why he would be up there, but okay.
Solaris Hill newspaper reporter Malcolm Ross visited Robert and had a very eerie experience with the doll. Ross's friends told him all about Robert's backstory and pointed out that the children's furniture that had been purchased by Gene that Robert would interact with, right? It was at this point that Malcolm noticed a change in the doll's expression as if he was following this conversation. Like, no, that's not made out of walnut. That's an oak chair. Don't besmirch my chair. And Robert's like all pissed because, I can't believe this reporter can't tell the difference in children's wooden toys.
That's hand-carved mahogany. What do you think? I'm cheap and sit in a regular pine chair? What's wrong with you?
Oh, God. All right. Anyways, Robert expression, as one of the men made a comment about what an old fool Gene Otto must have been, Robert turned his expression into one of disdain. Quote, there was some kind of intelligence there. The doll was listening to us. End quote.
Now, did they forget to mention that this interviewer took a whole bunch of mushrooms before he went up into the attic to interview this doll?
It's an old artist house attic. It probably smelled like absinthe and ass. So who knows what was growing up there is like black mold and probably some kind of psychotropic material.
Oh, I'm guaranteed.
Right. I don't know why there's plumbing up there again. It still is sticking in my head.
What? You don't have an attic toilet, Caleb? Come on, everybody does.
How else is this poor doll going to go to the bathroom?
Sometimes you got to take a poop at the top of the house. That's how you got to do it.
Hey, gravity works, children. Watch this fecal matter flow down the pipes.
That's right.
A woman by the name of Myrtle Reuter purchased the Otto home on Eaton Street in 1974.
Wow, that's a
in
crazy
1974.
name. Myrtle Reuter.
Yes, Myrtle Reuter. Excuse me, I have this Myrtle Reuter on my foot, and I needed to get removed.
That's bananas. That name is bananas.
I think Gwen Stefani had a whole song about that. So basically, Myrtle Reuter purchases this home that Robert's in on Eaton Street in 1974 and became Robert's companion and kept him when she moved to Von Pfister Street years later. Jesus.
What the fuck?
I can't even. It gets like everything's made up. I'm sorry.
This is like some weird Mad Libs that you did before this episode. Just
I need a name. Ethel Merman is too passionate.
Myrtle Reuter, mayor of Crazy Town, went to Von Pfister Street and had a gumdrop forest. Like, all right, whatever, dude.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
That'll be the that'll be the preview for this episode. That whole exchange right there.
Please, it needs to. Excuse me, I'm crying over here. I can't.
What is happening right now?
I can't even look at Von Pfister without just. Oh my god. Okay.
Myrtle Reuter was quoted. I don't know why people don't take us seriously. What with all these insane names and places?
I have a haunted doll on Von Pfister Street. Oh my god. Okay. She became Robert's companion and kept him when she moved to Von Pfister Street 6 years later. In 1994, she generously donated Robert to the Fort East Martello Museum, claiming he moved around her house on his own and was apparently haunted. Myrtle died a few months later, but Robert remained active. Museum staff noticed a shift in energy at the fort after Robert arrived, and though he was not initially on display, he did start receiving visitors as word spread about his new residence. Once he was put on exhibit, cameras and electronic devices malfunctioned in his presence, and soon letters addressed to the doll began to arrive, offering apologies for disrespectful behavior or asking for Robert's forgiveness.
Wait a minute.
I just want you to know that while Robert was up in that attic all those years, he studied IT and got certification in internet cybersecurity. That's why all these fucking cameras, because I'm going to bring Robert around my neighborhood because they've started putting flock cameras up. And that little guy is just going to make all of those guys go bonkers.
You know what? I think did I go buy this house when we were in Key West?
I mean, it would have been.
No, I don't know if we did. We did. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, we didn't go into this house, but we were across the street from this house because I remember the pink neon lighting. Holy shit. I think it was the night when my wife and I went to a drag show. We were on that side of town. We were in Key West a couple years ago, and we were across the street from this. If you look up Robert the Dollhouse, Key West, there's a house that's like very, like, kind of New Orleans-y looking architecture, and there's pink lights, and we were fucking across the street from this house. We did not go inside, but holy shit, can confirm this house exists, and I saw it with my own eyes. Anyway, sorry, Caleb.
That's amazing.
Please continue.
No, I love that. Robert would have approved of your drag show.
Nice. Yeah, the drag show was great.
So basically, people are writing him saying, I'm so sorry for treating you badly, asking for Robert's forgiveness, right? These letters continued to arrive daily to this day. Ghost hunters TV shows, psychics, skeptics like myself, and believers visit Robert on a regular basis to witness firsthand the strange stories that they've heard. Is Robert cursed by voodoo? Again, there's allegations of voodoo-ness, but there's no stories here of any voodoo actually occurring. It would be like me saying, "Is Robert cursed by mayonnaise?" And who knows? Maybe
Speaking of mayonnaise, our next item is cursed mayonnaise from Hellman's. No, it's not.
So thriving on the energy placed on him, what is causing
I don't know.
all of this? Right?
Well, Gene was a real dickhead to him, so he's probably still fuming over that.
Right. A misunderstood doll with a playful spirit, or perhaps just a doll joined by the spirit of his lifelong companion.
Yeah. The Robert the doll thing, it's like, I don't know. Do I believe that it's a cursed doll? No, not really. But at the same time, it's like, would I probably write it a nice letter? Yeah, why not? It's like throwing a coin into a wishing well. Do I expect the wish to come true? Absolutely not.
But or writing a letter to Santa Claus.
Or writing a letter to Santa Claus. Same kind of things. Like, why, why tempt the evil karma or evil energy,
You know what? Or it's like sliding into a goth girl's DMs,
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're just inviting danger when you do that.
Or the best night of your life.
I hope option 2.
Goth girls, feel free to add us whenever you like. We're fans.
Definitely. Sorry, that was creepy.
That got dark.
It did.
Robert is also a fan of goth girls, from what I understand.
His little sailor outfit sure is.
That's right. Yeah, man.
All right.
He's ready to.
Are you ready for our final cursed item of the episode, Brian?
This is a hard one to look at, but yeah, sure.
It sure is. It's very disturbing.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
But also I can't look away.
No, it's disturbing just looking at it, because it falls into like uncanny valley. It falls into a bunch of different psychological effects, but also the color choices are really unusual, and yeah, it's hard to look at. But this is a painting known as the Anguished Man, that currently resides in Cumberland, England. So those of you in the United States, you guys are fairly safe from this. If you live in the house where this painting is stored in Cumberland, England, a little less so.
Yeah, and to describe it, it's almost like in Edvard Munch's The Scream sort of realm of it's an exaggerated human face. It's a bust, so it's shoulders up, neck, whatever. There's a blue background. The face is a mixture of reds, oranges, and yellows, and it looks like someone's gasp at their last moment of existence. It's right. Like, oh my God, this is how their face was. Almost like if you think about like maybe in Pompeii, where people were hit with the instant death or whatever, trapped in this frozen.
It's that moment in Terminator 2 when
oh yeah, that's a good one.
When Linda Hamilton's character sees the Judgment Day go off and she's holding the fence, and the nuclear blast takes her and blows all of her muscles and everything off, and she's just a skeleton clutching the fence and screaming. It's kind of got that energy, except creepier. So the Anguished Man is supposedly a cursed and haunted painting owned by a British man by the name of Sean Robinson from Cumbria, England. He inherited this painting from his grandmother, who claimed that the unknown artist, it should be clear that nobody knows who painted this, mixed his own blood into the painting and then died by suicide shortly after completing it. According to the lore...
How much blood did he use? That would probably be the cause of that.
Yeah. He didn't mean to die.
There's a definite amount of blood that's too much. So
this was 47 pints of blood. So according to the lore, the original artist painted the disturbing, screaming face using oils mixed with human blood. Robinson's grandmother kept the artwork locked in her attic for 25 years, allegedly because she would frequently hear crying and see a shadowy figure roaming the house at night. Right? So when she passed away, she left the painting to Robert, because if I'm thinking, man, I want to give my grandson a legacy item, something that's going to follow him his life and make him think of me, it's this haunted painting I kept locked away because I was freaked out by it. Right?
Yeah, that seems like a real nice thing to do to your grandson.
This little shit gave me nothing but problems. It's his problem now. Right? So after bringing the painting into his home, Robinson and his family claimed to have experienced intense paranormal phenomenon. Reported occurrences include the following: shadowy figures lurking in the hallways,
Mm-hmm.
sudden, unexplained crying and whispering sounds, his
Mm.
wife feeling as though someone was stroking her hair. I have a cat too, and my cat likes to get on the back of the couch and nibble my hair. So that was pretty easily explained.
Yeah, that's a cat. That
This
seems like
one's
all
great,
cat
though.
stuff.
This one's great. His son mysteriously falling down the stairs.
Okay, well, how old was this son? Because kids are going to fall down some stairs sometimes.
Dude, I fell down the stairs, stairs to my studio like last week. I missed a single step, and at my age,
my God.
I might as well have just died, because you hit the ground. And
The
you're
worst
like,
is falling up the stairs. I've done that plenty of times.
Oh, that
too.
hurts
when you
too.
have like carpeted stairs, you bang your shins. It's the worst.
Yeah, I was just carrying something, and I didn't see that there was one more step, and so I stepped like I would be on the floor, and totally like my heel clipped the stair, and then I just kind of son mysteriously falling down the stairs. It's probably his dumbass kid's fault. Robinson has documented some of these eerie happenings and maintains a dedicated online presence showcasing the painting, though many researchers and skeptics suspect the story may be an elaborate hoax. Oh, go figure.
I love it that he maintains a dedicated online presence. Like he started his own Squarespace, whatever, built website. He's got a Patreon.
36 of the he just every day just goes to it and photographs himself giving a thumbs up with that behind him. There's one day where he's got like a little Mai Tai with an umbrella, and he's trying to get the straw into the guy's mouth.
It's like a flat Stanley type situation with your kids when you have to bring the painting all these places.
Yeah, it's like a Bernie Lomax here, and this is we're weekend at Bernieing.
Weekend at Anguish Man. That's right.
Painting.
Maybe in the last one he won't be anguished anymore. It's like, you know what? I had a pretty good life as a painting.
They take him to see. All they have to do is take him to see a perfect circle, and that scream will turn into just a big smile.
Yeah, that's right.
So
or take him to get some tasty cakes or something. That's great. Yeah.
Tasty cake. You could probably shove, I would guess, a turtle cake and a tasty cake down that guy's pie hole. And with the missing eye in the one socket, you could probably stick like a ho-ho in that one. I'm pretty sure. Maybe that's why he's anguished. He just hasn't had enough sugar.
You know what? And that happens to the best of us.
That'd piss me off.
It would piss me off. Well, I think a lot of these, minus the whole mirror thing of it all, but the cursed objects just seem like the owners were just real assholes. What they were trying to do, exploit them and stuff.
I mean, I would imagine the correlation between asshole owner and quote unquote cursed object. I mean, you know what? Like, I've got things in my house that drive me insane that I hope because they're useful, but I'm like, where the hell is that? Like if you really want a cursed object, it's something like a tape measure that you can never find when you need it. Like the curse is legit, not because it's evil and supernatural, but because it's an everyday object that you end up throwing in a junk drawer or you take out to your garage to measure something and then fucking throw in a box that you're not.
I have a pair of needle nose pliers.
Never find it again.
Needle nose pliers for me. Every time I try to find this one specific pair of needle nose pliers, it is never where I left it, or I think I left it.
It's things like that, and those are the real cursed objects, or the pencil sharpener or the pencil that when you're sharpening it, I mean, artist problems here. When you're sharpening it, and then it just constantly. You get it sharp and then you use it and the lead snaps right off. And you're like, God damn it. And then you have to sharpen it again. And it just keeps doing that over.
Or when you have, those tea kettles you can get that boil the water really fast. I have one that fills itself up with blood continually and I can never get it to stop doing it. And I don't know why.
How does boiling blood taste?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't smell or taste great, but
there's definitely some hint of iron.
I bought it on eBay from Post Malone, and I don't know why it's like this. It's very bad. It's very bad.
Did it have dicks all over it?
It does. It has a dick logo on it. I think he tattooed it directly onto the coffee pot or the teapot.
Leave my dick alone.
I mean, I thought it was going to be a cool thing to have, but it's if you want blood tea, that's what you get. So you're gonna get Annabelle's that stuff.
It's blood tea good.
It's not good. It's bloody good. This has been a terrible episode for puns.
That's what I got, man. Those are my objects.
I
We've
love
talked
it.
about cursed mirrors and dolls and demon possessed boxes of wine, anchor goddess statues that should never be put above eye level.
Yeah, stop putting them
for
on
fear
way
of
high
falling.
up because you're gonna hurt your family. I think that this is a cool, like, along with your cryptid stuff, we could definitely delve into additional episodes on cursed things and objects and whatever. Because
I wonder if there are cursed cryptids.
I mean, you think by their very nature that a lot of them are already cursed. That's, they're kind of like
They all just want a hug.
they
man.
all just want
I
a
mean,
hug. But I think, like, it would be neat if people, and I say this every episode, if you want to participate in helping us make content, please share stories. If you have a cursed object in your house, or you think you have a cursed object in your house, tell us about it. Like, send it an email or hit us up on social media. And we might.
Pictures are necessary.
Yeah, please take a picture.
We need photos of these items.
Mhm.
And Caleb will remain completely skeptical
Yes,
the entire
Brian will
time.
also remain completely skeptical about
But
it.
we will love to see it because we love stories and we love the meanings that people attach to things and the way that we rationalize things, whether consciously or subconsciously.
Now, and it could also be the fact that
yeah.
maybe Caleb and I aren't attuned to seeing the paranormal. Now, my wife, who is a very rational, logical, smart, way smarter than me person, claims that she has experienced the paranormal in her life in the form of ghosts in houses that we lived in. Now, I have never once experienced this, and I don't claim, I don't think that she's out of her mind or like, crazy or whatever. I'm not saying people.
Oh, I do.
Caleb does. And I'll be sure to relay that information to her later today. No, and she claims that she's felt a presence of some kind. Again, this is like one of the most rational human beings that I know in my life.
Sure.
And it could, and she say like, well, maybe you're just not attuned to it. And that could be the possibility. Maybe I don't have the shining, as it were, the ability to see these things.
Well, man, then I can go to the Overlook Hotel and have the best night of sleep of my life. The Overlook Hotel's like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
No.
So if you send us something like cursed object, you listener, we will just merely report on it. And if you claimed that it does stuff and it moves and it, whatever, spells out haikus on your bedroom wall or whatever it does, then we'll take your word for it because, I don't necessarily, have this experience, but I can't say that you haven't had this experience. And yeah, we're not going to make fun of you. We're just going to report on what you tell us.
That's right. I mean, just because your old click wheel iPhone or iPod from back in the day helps you solve your Wordle things every day doesn't mean that it's a cursed object.
Insists on playing Hootie and the Blowfish all the time for some reason. It's like, all right.
Well, that's just because the click wheel's broken.
The click wheel has not functioned since whenever the iPod came out, 2003. When did that iPod come out? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was definitely like 2002, 2003. Yeah.
But that was a very fascinating episode. I do feel sorry for Robert the doll. And next time I'm in Key West, I will write him a letter because I didn't write him a letter the last time I was there.
And if you look in the photo of him, behind him on the wall are a lot of the letters that have been written to him. Him and his little doggy. He's just holding him. He looks pretty happy there. He's happy. He's got letters. He's surrounded by apologies.
What could it hurt?
Feeling vindicated.
I mean, what could it hurt? I mean, you're making this. You're writing a nice apology letter to a thing, and the worst thing ever is that it doesn't do anything. The best thing is that it makes this inanimate cursed object a little bit happier. You're just doing the Lord's work.
You know what? And the world is a better place, regardless of what you do.
Caleb, that was fascinating, and I like this episode. We should definitely do more of the weird, like paranormally stuff because I think that's.
I like that stuff. I consume a lot of horror media in general, and I'm a big fan of it. In fact, there's a musician I want to give a shout out to, who I think anyone who's a fan of just kind of trippy, cool music, but also at the same time horror stuff. There's an artist by the name of Ben Living. And Ben Living he takes samples from old horror movies, and then he writes new musical tracks based on their the theme songs from those movies and stuff. And so they're super cool. He has them available. You can check him out on Spotify, iTunes. You can buy CD, vinyl, and cassettes from his website, benliving.com. Fantastic. I've never met Ben, but I've
never heard of Ben, but I'm going to go listen to some of his stuff today.
Yeah, totally, totally go do. And check out something if you're like again, if you're a music fan, want something kind of cool and vibey, definitely uh on heavy rotation in my house in the fall because it just
Well,
fits.
it really
And
pairs well with the
you-
screaming of all your cursed mirrors that you have and stuff in your house.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go buy a print of that Anguished Man and just hang it up real big in my studio.
Well, that's imposing. That's good.
Yeah, I'll just Photoshop some tasty cakes in his eye holes and stuff.
It'll go next to a Vigo the Carpathian that you have from Ghostbusters 2.
Because nothing bad could ever happen with those two paintings in a room.
Caleb, I would be remiss, and I didn't do it at the top of the show, but I do it in every show, and we do it in every show. We want to say thank you again for everyone that has listened to us for our episode. We're on episode 8 now. So we're chugging along.
As of the time of this
recording,
episode 8 has just dropped this morning.
That's right.
So.
So thanks, and we appreciate all the comments and likes. We are over 101 likes on our people that have subscribed to our Instagram. So thanks.
Yes, so we are celebrating mediocrity in its finest. We love all of you. Thank you for making us as mediocre as we feel.
Yeah.
We
no,
we love you guys.
We really appreciate it, and I've gotten some good feedback online, some good interaction. Again, hit us up, distractopod@gmail.com. Hit us up on Threads, on Instagram. You can leave a comment on Spotify. I think you can leave comments on Apple Music. If you want to give us 5 stars, that would be freaking awesome. We would really appreciate it. We will be posting something.
Or if you want to give us no stars and give us just a thumbs down emoji, we'll listen to that too.
Or you could do what one of my friends did, gave us 5 stars and then typed in as the comment, vaguely not annoying. So that was fun.
Hey, in the podcast world, that's high praise.
So I appreciate you, and you know who you are. And also, another thing too, Caleb or I will be posting something pretty soon on Instagram about some exclusive Distracto merch that we just ordered that you could possibly buy in the form of an enamel pin, with our logo on it, which looks really cool so far. So yeah.
That's a funny way of dancing around, talking about what it was, and then just saying what it was.
Yeah, what did I do that for? That was weird. I was trying to do like a tease, but I didn't.
I'm going to go to McDonald's and order something vaguely burger shaped.
Burger shaped, but does not taste. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'm on vacation. Okay. I don't have. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna.
Go. You need a few more cocktails, Brian.
If you order a pin, we'll throw in a sticker as well for those of you who ordered a pin.
And you know what? Maybe a dick tattoo.
And maybe we'll contact Post Malone's people and then get you on that wait list because he's good.
Tiny dicks.
That's all I got, Caleb.
Anyways, guys, hey, you know what, guys? Thank you so much.
We're
like circling the drain here, trying to exit this episode here. So I'm just going to say we love you. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. This is Caleb.
This is Brian.
And I want to remind you that although Distracto cannot solve your problems,
it can distract you from them.
You guys have a great one.
Yeah, have a great week, guys.
Stay away from Robert.
Write him a letter.
It can only do good things.
Bye. We love you.
Hey, you there. Do you feel bored? Restless? Searching for a brief moment of escape from the nightmare hellscape our daily lives have become? Well, have no fear. Distracto is here. Distracto is a podcast that distracts from the drudgery of the daily dumpster fire. Join hosts Caleb and Brian each week for a dose of pop culture, reviews, comedy, deep dives, interviews, or just listen to them get lost down internet rabbit holes. Subscribe to Distracto today, where all fine podcasts are found. Follow us on social media or contact us at distractopod@gmail.com.